Like it's a pretty eventful week for a lot of people that I talk to. Not good events, but a lot of events. And I had one of those weeks this week, and it's funny. Brother Chris was praying with me. He's like, I really didn't want to come this morning. I said, I didn't either, but I better show up since I'm the pastor. And it was kind of one of those. It was kind of one of those weeks, and hopefully. This is a fresh start to a new week. First day of the week, new heart, new spirit, new thought process. We'll get into God's word, maybe have a new hope. It seems like here of late, everything in my house has been breaking. Yeah, so I won't go into detail of everything, but start off with a lawnmower. The yard sitting there for a couple of weeks while we're trying to get the lawnmower fixed, and that cost a chunk of money. And then my tractor during that time broke. I was trying to mow with the tractor, and then the tractor broke. And so I was ordering stuff and fixing the tractor, and then a few days later, I was driving down the road. I'm not exaggerating on this. Driving down the road, and I pushed my brakes, and it went to the floor, and I had no brakes in my truck. So anyhow, I worked an emergency brake to get me to the place where I had them fixed, and then I got my lawnmower back and started mowing, and then my brush hog broke on my tractor, and I had two brush hogs. Both of them broke, so I made one brush hog out of two brush hogs. Me and my wife was going to go on a trip and take a little trip last week. We had so many things going on that we canceled. And then Wednesday, if you was here, we wasn't here Wednesday night. We had half a day Wednesday and half a day Thursday that we could just do something. And I was like, let's just go do something. So we was going to go to the lake, and we was going to take electric bikes. And I got on an electric bike. It broke. Literally got back, gonna mow the yard. The weed eater burned up. Then my truck is still doing something now out of the blue that is broke. Then my Jeep broke, and my clutch stopped working. So needless to say, our home is any more. Coffee maker broke. That's major. When she told me that, I was like, we got to do whatever we got to do to get a coffee maker, but. It's probably other things, but I've been doing a lot of fixing stuff, in the last little bit. And here's the thing. I'm just going to be honest with y'all since Jake's going to be honest with you. Last Sunday, you preach on following, being led by the Spirit, not walking in the carnal flesh and all that. I think the devil was waiting outside that door to ride home with me in the Jeep. And it was pretty good at first. I handled it right, and I'm praying and working my way through it. And somewhere along probably about Wednesday, Thursday, we went from G to PG, at my house with my attitude. And if you don't know what VidAngel is, if you wanted to watch what I had going on, you probably needed VidAngel by Friday or Saturday. So in that, he said, oh my gosh, I'll get over it. You do the same exact thing, you just don't admit it, all right? And if you don't do it, be careful how you judge me. Your stuff be broken too. You're gonna be laying in the grass with fire ants with clutch fluid running down your. You know what I'm talking about. So it's been that kind of week, and so what I want to say is it's very, very possible that in the near future I'm going to see some new things.